welcome to Yoga with Yvonne. Today we will be doing a nice yin practice, a shoulder opening yin practice. So we'll be focusing on the areas around the shoulder, a little bit of the neck, and this practice is suited for all levels. So get into something comfy and let's come on to our mats. So in today's practice, we will get started seated, any comfortable position. It could be sitting up on a block, it could be sitting in a hero's pose if that feels better, onto your shins and your feet. Anything that feels comfortable. You might do a couple of shoulder rolls, maybe even some neck rolls to get comfortable. And then your hands, you can choose what your body needs. Always listen inwards. Palms up is a more surrendering gesture, while palms down, if you need a little bit more grounding, that can really help. So let's get nice and comfortable. We are going to get started. Just a little short meditation followed by some breath work. Today we'll be doing Brahmari breathing, which is a nice bumblebee breath, I call it. I will walk you through it. But let's get into our meditation here. So finding a nice long neck, humbling through your chin, closing your eyes if you feel safe to do so here wherever you're at. And taking these first few moments of your practice to let your awareness and your attention land within the body. Maybe you've already had a busy day and you might take a few breaths for the nervous system to calm down a bit, so have patience. Softening your belly here. Maybe see if you can invite your inhales a bit deeper. Letting your breath be your anchor here. So whenever you find your mind wandering, just bringing it back to those inhales and exhales. Always a constant in your practice. Nice foundation. Beautiful. Let's share a nice cleansing breath. So we'll inhale through the nostrils and then exhale to sigh it out. And you can blink your eyes open. Let's find one more. Inhale, you might draw your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. So moving into our Brahmari breathing, we will be making a nice humming sound with our exhales. So inhaling through the nostrils. And as we exhale, almost like you're making the vowel, or not the vowel, the consonant M. So the M sound. You can try it one more time, inhaling and exhaling. And you're going to feel almost like a little bit of a vibration. So I love about this breath. And it's very good for calming down the nervous system, to reduce stress. And hands can again rest on your legs. So maybe you place left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. And I recommend doing this breath with your eyes closed. That's too much for you today, that's okay. We'll be doing 5 rounds. So let's start with a nice cleansing breath, inhaling. And exhale, side out. We'll inhale for Brahmari. for my last breath here. Beautiful. You can blink your eyes open. Just take a regular inhale through your nose and out the nose. Beautiful. Take a note here just how everything feels. If you want to continue doing these breaths, you can always press pause on the video. If you're ready to continue with me here, let's find a big inhale, reaching your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And from here, we're going to go ahead and reach the right arm over your chest to the left, and then grab the front of your right shoulder with your left hand and gently apply some pressure. Just getting a nice little stretch there into the shoulder. An option to look over your right shoulder here. We'll just hold for 5 breaths. Staying nice and tall in your spine. Two more. Great work. Let's look forward and then just unravel into a bit of a lateral stretch. So left hand can come down. Right arm reaches over. Look underneath your right armpit. Let's find an inhale. Press your left hand into the mat. Exhale. See if you can hinge a bit deeper. Let's just enjoy one more breath like that. And inhale, let's reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So these first few stretches, we won't be holding as long, just to get a little feel how everything is feeling in the body. We'll do that on the other side. So this time, the left arm reaches over and grab the front of the left shoulder, your right hand, and then gently apply pressure. Looking over your left shoulder here can feel quite good. 5 breaths. Feel the breath moving up and down the length of your spine. Don't have rats. That's just Haksuyata. My dog. Last big breath. And we'll look forward. And then letting that unravel into a bit of a lateral stretch. The left arm overhead, right hand down, and then reaching the left arm over. And next inhale, press your right hand into the mat. You can have a little bend in that right elbow. And feel the lift of your left rib cage. Exhale, can you hinge a bit more? Looking underneath your left armpit. Let's hold for one more breath. Beautiful. Let's inhale, reach both arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. So moving into a couple of longer holds now. We'll inhale, open up the arms, cactus. And exhale, let's just give yourself a little bit of a hug. Left arm underneath the right. And we'll open up one more time. Inhale, you can look up to the sky, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, round. And this time, staying in your hug, you might find your eagle arms, double wrapping at your elbows and your wrists. And then the inhale will lift your chest, lift your arms. So you're going to see my head here, I'll peek through. And you can enjoy some movements here to start. Up and down, just kind of checking in with the area in between your shoulder blades. Might feel a little bit tight there. So find a place, that Goldilocks spot, not too much, so you're still able to breathe and there's no burning or tingling numb sensations, but not too little. You want to feel a nice dull sense of a stretch. So take these first few moments to explore, find that spot for you, your edge, and then settle into some stillness. Breathing into the space in between your shoulder blades. We'll say almost like you have a third lung there. Massaging that area with your breath. . We'll try to hold this pose for 90 more seconds. You can always adjust back into just a hug if the eagle arms is too much. And find the rhythm of your breath. Let it be your anchor, your friend in the stormy water. And you're always welcome to incorporate that Brahmari breath in any pose here. If you find your nervous system is racing, maybe it'll help you. So explore, on your own too. Five more deep breaths. Try to find little pauses at the top and at the bottom. Let's all together fill up with that last big inhale. Maybe lift your arms a bit higher. Exhale, release, unravel. Let your arms come to rest. And perhaps you close your eyes. Just enjoying that rebound sensation. You might stay here in your stillness for a few more breaths. Some of you might enjoy a couple of seated cat-cows, grabbing your knees and shins and inhaling, heart forward, exhale, round. Or coming into a bit of a forward fold. 3 breaths wherever you are. We'll meet in a neutral spine. And if you are cross-legged, here's where you might want to just switch the cross of your feet. You could kick the legs in front of you and then place the opposite foot in front. Or if you're in any other seated position you want to adjust, do it now. And then we'll go ahead and inhale, arms to cactus. And then exhale, come for the hug. This time the opposite arm underneath. So this time our right arm will come underneath. So find that little hug around your shoulders. And let's open up one more time. Spread up your arms, lift your heart, you can look up. Exhale, find your hug. Right arm underneath your left. You can walk your fingertips closer here. And holding your hug or finding your eagle arms. Double wrapping at your elbows and your wrists. Then we'll inhale, lift the arms. Lift your torso. Feel the lift from your pelvic floor. And then anchor down through your shoulder blades here. You might straight away just land into your perfect spot. For some of you, you might have to take a little bit of a journey doing some up and down movements or circular motions to find where you want to work today. And know that that place is never constant. Find that starting spot. Perhaps close your eyes and settle into your breath. And take a moment to scan your facial muscles. Make sure you're softening your jawline. Let your tongue rest heavily at the top of your mouth. Soften behind your eyes. Soften the forehead. Almost like the outlines of your face become slightly blurry. There are no sharp edges. Breathe into your stretch. 90 more seconds. Notice if your breath's a bit shallow. Can you soften the belly and invite those inhales a bit deeper? Five more breaths. See if you can make them the longest of your pose. You lift your arms a bit higher. We'll all fill up with that last big inhale. And exhale, release. Whew. Oh, enjoy that rebound. Be in your body. Incorporate each breath. Great work. We're going to transfer into a bit of a tabletop position. So stacking your shoulders on top of your wrists, hips on top of your knees. Here I'll let you freestyle a little bit. So you can do some cow and cats. Maybe you press up into a bit of a down dog if you want to stretch out the legs. Or from your tabletop, you could also just extend one leg at a time. Take the next 2 full cycles of breath. Beautiful. We'll meet in our tabletop position. Continuing to work on the shoulders here, finding our melting heart pose. So if your knees are a bit sore, you can always add an extra towel, maybe double wrap your mat a little bit underneath your knees. And you want to keep your hips fairly high here on top of your knees. And then just start walking your hands forward. And many different stations you could stop on here. You might even just place blocks underneath your forearms and rest there. Some of you might come all the way down onto your forearms. If you start to slide your fingertips away from you, forehead down on the mat or on a block. It might feel good to roll it side to side a little bit. Adjusting knees if needed here. And find your breath. Big inhale, feel the rib cages expand on the side. And as you exhale, soften the back of your heart. Feel the heart getting heavy, drawing down towards the mat. Some of you might want more of a compression into your neck. That way you can slide your chin onto the mat and look forward. But avoiding, again, any tingling, any sharp pains. So find your station, individual for each and every one of us. And then enjoy the breath. If fingertips ever get tingly here, you can always clasp opposite elbow. Maybe you rest your forehead on your forearms. You might play around with the sensation of your finger pads pressing onto the floor or the mat. Become really curious about the texture, the temperature. If you're one of those people who have a really open spine, really flexible into your lower back, keep a little tucking in of your lower belly to avoid dumping into the lower back. So you want to try to get the compression here into your upper back and shoulders a bit more. 5 more breaths. Last big inhale. And with the exhale, simply roll all the way onto your belly. You can let your elbows come out to the side and just let the forehead rest on the back of the palms. You might sway your hips. Let the shoulders relax. Cleansing breath, big inhale. Feel the belly pressing into the mat. Exhale, sigh it out. Great work. We're going to now work into compressing the back of our shoulder, opening up into our pectorals a little bit, the front of the shoulder. I'll start on the left side just so you can see it here. Scooch a little bit over to the right side of my mat. You can go ahead and come on to Sphinx arms here to start. Just get a little bit of a lift of our chest. And then start to slide the left arm out to the side. As you lower your chest, slide the right hand underneath your shoulder and then slowly starting to lower further and further down. You're going to go ahead and bend into your right knee here. So your right foot comes up, and then we're going to do a little bit of a roll onto the left side of the body while the left arm stays extended out to the side. So rolling onto here, using your right hand to press into the mat. You could rest your head on a block, blanket, or on the mat. And here is where it's very individual. Some of you might be able to land your right foot on the mat or floor behind your left leg, your right knee pointing up. Some of you might simply stack your legs, even keep your right leg slightly scissored in front of the left. Find what works for you here. If you're craving more, you might cactus your left arm, still keeping the left palm on the mat. So find a place here that feels sustainable. That's really important here. We are not about, finding that one moment of glory and that's it. It's finding a stability, a stable and sustainable practice where the breath will carry us through. There are other options you could add for your arms. Maybe the back of your right palm will come towards your lower back. If you want to ease out of it, you can always slightly roll back onto your belly. So starting to bring the weight a little bit away from your left shoulder. So 10 breaths will hold here in stillness. More than welcome to hold the pose for longer if you like, or share this final breath. Big inhale. You might sigh it out through the mouth. Slowly rolling back onto your belly. Here's where you can feel really good. Just to roll onto the front of your left shoulder. Flip your left palm up. You can let your right forearm come in front of you on the mat. And take a moment of rest. And these in-between moments, you're always welcome to stay for a bit longer. If you are ready, we'll explore with the other side here. So this time it's going to be your right arm that reaches out to the side. Bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Start to lower back onto your chest. You can bend into your left knee. And then do that little roll. Press your left hand into the mat and roll onto the right side. You can always adjust where your right hand is at, but try to keep your right palm pointing down so it's kind of holding onto the floor. And here you can perhaps adjust your left hand a bit closer. And maybe for you, your left foot landed behind you. Maybe your left knee is slightly more forward, that's okay. Or you might go for the stacked legs, maybe taking some ease out of it by leaning slightly more forward. Knowing that the side might feel very different, so take a moment, you might close your eyes, check in. Can I still breathe fully? Is there a nice dull sense of a stretch, quite unlocalized, yet no sharp, localized burning sensations? You can still feel your fingers on your right hand. And this might be a good place for you to find that stillness. Let your breath guide you there. Those of you might curve a little bit more, back of the left palm could come to your lower back, and you kind of lean that left shoulder back a bit more. Remember, always use props if they help you, maybe a block, towel, or cushion underneath your head. 10 big breaths. Breathing in strength and courage with each inhale. And signaling a sense of surrender to your body with your exhales. Don't need to fight. Don't need to hold on. You're more than welcome to stay or join me in the final breath. Big inhale. Feel free to sigh it out through the mouth and rolling back onto the belly. And this time, let's rebound in a child's pose. So it could be closed-legged or wide-legged. I like to do the closed-legged version here so I can rest my belly on my thighs and just swim both arms back, forehead on the mat or a block. Big breath into your back body and then soften the belly. Exhale, release. From here, transferring either into your Savasana position on your back, or you could end the practice in seated, whatever works for you. You want to come into a place that feels comfortable. Scoop your shoulder blades behind your heart space. Feel that broadness across your chest. Nice long neck, humbling your chin. If you're coming into your Savasana, you might slide a blanket on top of you, or roll it up and place it underneath your knees. Closing your eyes. Take this moment to let yourself fully savor this experience. Come home to yourself. Familiarize yourself with this space. Hands can circle to heart center. From my heart to each and every one of yours. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe, please add comments below. I'd love to see you again.